Hey there, and good evening to you. Well, Dave Aranda is the new head football coach of the Baylor Bears, hoping to bring his experience and his winning ways from Baton Rouge to Waco. And to find out more on what we can expect from Coach Aranda, I spoke with Brian Holland of our sister station in Baton Rouge earlier this evening.
He's the smartest guy in the room, but the smartest guy in the room never lets you know that he's the smartest guy in the room.
While still dusting off the confetti from Monday night, former Baylor head coach Matt Rhule, in one way or another, is doing a number on that LSU coaching staff.
Matt Rhule tabs him as the youngest offensive coordinator in the league, and then all of a sudden Dave Aranda has to fill that spot over there in Waco.
The Bears are certainly not the first to inquire about the services of Dave Aranda, but they were the first to successfully pull the highest paid assistant in college football away from Baton Rouge.
There's a reason why Baylor went after him. He's one of the smartest coaches I've ever covered, but he's always talked to us every time we've brought it up. Look, my family's happy, so I'm happy. I think that that's really important, and maybe one of the undersold things about coaches. It has to be the right fit. And so ever since Baylor kind of came up, I just thought, man, that's made a lot of sense.
Succeeding Matt Rhule as the defensive coach, Aranda will likely look to build upon what Rhule already started in Waco.
You don't have to talk about your success. Matt Rhule almost kind of set the tone. We're going to be the hardest working program in the Big 12. We're not going to talk about it a bunch, but we're going to get after you there all game long, and I think Dave Aranda certainly fits within that mold.
In his first 3 years as defensive coordinator at LSU, Aranda saw 9 of his players drafted into the NFL, including 3 first-rounders, something Holland says Baylor fans should expect to see in Waco as well.
He probably will bring more of that NFL style of practice with him, because that's really what they've adopted at LSU. This generation of recruits, you can't yell and beat them down a bunch. You have to teach them. And I think Dave Aranda, if you go and you ask anyone who's ever been around Dave Aranda, they always say he is one of the best teachers we've ever had, but he doesn't really have to lift his voice very much.